Hello everyone, welcome to the BMI Baby Elite Ice Hockey League here on Sky Sports for the second of our Challenge Cup semi-final first legs. This one between the Cardiff Devils and the Sheffield Steelers. Well folks, 6 periods of hockey will determine which one of these two teams will be joining either Nottingham or Newcastle in this season's Challenge Cup final. I'm Nick Rothwell, alongside of me, Big Dave Sims. Dave, how you doing, buddy?
Very cold, Nick. It's a cold night, isn't it? But it's proper hockey. This is what we all remember, isn't it? The old ice rinks, freezing cold from your feet up to your fingers, but looking forward to it. Playoff hockey, what, 3.5 months early? That's what these semi-finals are.
In our first leg of the semi-final between Nottingham and Newcastle, only a 1-goal lead going into their second. Could either one of these two teams make a more emphatic win?
Well, I think either one of these two teams would take a 1-goal advantage tonight. Either one of them, Cardiff or Sheffield. You know, if Cardiff get off to a good jump here, then, you know, this is the kind of building that they can take a big advantage into. I saw Sheffield play on Sunday. They put 50 shots on Manchester, only scored 1 goal. If they can score 5 or 6, they might be able to walk away here with a 2-goal advantage. The big talking point, though, is no Brad Voth. How will that affect the Cardiff Devils?
That goes back to a very physical game on Sunday, doesn't it, with Newcastle?
Well, every time Newcastle are in a building, it's a physical game, and Newcastle and Cardiff certainly got it going. But how will that affect Cardiff tonight, losing their captain? Will that make Sheffield stand a little bit taller because there's no Brad Voth on the ice?
Cardiff are not going to be happy with the suspension handed out to Brad, are they?
They're not indeed. In fact, wait a few moments and listen to Jared Adams, the Cardiff Devils coach. He was very offish when we spoke earlier because he certainly thinks it was a bad deal. You'll see here Voth getting the better of Andre Payet. But speaking to Brad Voth a few moments ago, he said Payet left his finger right into the side of the face of Voth. Now, the penalties were called. Voth throws that extra right, and that's the difference between a game misconduct and a match penalty. And the match penalty is an automatic 1-game suspension, and that is why Brad Voth isn't playing in this semi-final tonight.
All right, Dave, well, sticking in the league for a moment, we could have a look at some of the results from last weekend. Here we go from Saturday night's games. There are the results. Cardiff losing to Coventry 5-4, and then you can see on the Sunday the results there. You can see again Cardiff with a win against Newcastle, so that'll help them. And Sheffield losing to Manchester on Sunday.
Losing to Manchester. Going back to that Coventry-Cardiff game, Cardiff got a point, though. It was an overtime loss, and right now that makes the Cardiff Devils the hottest team in the league right now.
Let's have a look at the league table right now, Dave. Coventry still on top, 33 points. Cardiff on top, tied with 33, but it's those games in hand.
Well, you know, I revert back to that show, what, 3 or 4 shows ago, that big Coventry Blaze advantage because they've got so many games in hand. And when you look at the league standings, I think Coventry are in just A1 position right now. It's going to take a monumental effort from anybody to beat the Coventry Blaze to that BMI Baby Elite League title.
But back to this game and this nice cold rink, we say it is proper hockey, isn't it?
Well, it is proper hockey. We all remember the old Cardiff rink, and they're starting to get that buzz, that feel about this Cardiff rink. And it's built on the close proximity of the fans, the intensity, and if you're sat in your lounge today and you're watching this in Cardiff, you should be down here at the rink because it's a great atmosphere here. I love my time in Cardiff because of the spit and feathers. It's old-time hockey, and I love it.
Have you got your long johns on under there?
I'm telling you, as soon as we go cut, I'm upstairs, the big coat, the big scarf, and the long johns will be on.
Okay, well, earlier on, you caught up with both head coaches, Jared Adams and Dave Matzos.
Matty, big semi-final, a lot of emotion in that dressing room right now?
Oh, absolutely. You know, we've worked hard to get to this spot, and certainly up against a tough opponent. You know, Cardiff's been really hot lately in league play, so we got our hands full. You know, it's a big loss with Brad Voth being out of the lineup, but you know, the truth of it is they got lots of good leadership in that room, and they still got tons of talent in that team. But now we're ready. We're really excited. What
are the keys for the Sheffield Steelers tonight?
Well, I think it's a game where, you know, especially when you're getting into 2 legs like this, it's a 6-period hockey game, and you know, in my mind, 2 good hockey clubs, the team that makes the fewest mistakes is going to be the team that prevails. And you know, I think both teams are going to rely on quality goaltending, no doubt about it. We always rely on Jody to help us out, and you know, we're coming down to Cardiff to play a simple road game, and you know, we just don't want to make you know, any errors that turn over into their hands. You know, we want to get pucks deep, use our speed because we are a quick team, and you know, just play the puck in their end as much as we can.
Jared, how big a loss is Brad Voth this evening for you guys?
It's a big loss with the captain of any team being out, and you know, I think it's the whole way that he's not playing with the game in the league, the way they dealt with us and telling us that he wasn't playing. That's most upsetting. But I don't believe he deserved the match penalty when he got it. Maybe a game misconduct, but that's hockey. He's not in the lineup, and that's what you have to do is deal with who you have in the lineup and who's not in.
You've got a pretty good team in the lineup still, though. You're hotter than Kylie in hot pants at the moment. You must be confident in this semi-final.
I thought you were a Kylie Minogue fan.
I am. That's what I said, Kylie, yes.
Yeah, no, things are going extremely well. We're playing a good team game, and I think we have the best player in the league right now in Phil Ozair. And anytime you have a hot goalie, you're going to have a chance to win every game you play.
De Châtelet playing well, Brabia scoring goals for you. You're going to have to score, what, 3 or 4 tonight, you think, to take a lead into Sheffield next week?
You know, I don't know. I think with these Challenge Cup games, you can't really worry about the total score for this game. I think what we're going to focus on is the score after the first period and just kind of go from there. You just got to look at it being even or up after each period. And, you know, crazier things have happened. The team's been down 3 goals and winning, so it's 2 games, so we can't really worry about what the score is going to be.
Okay, good luck.
Thanks, David.
Dave, and earlier on we captured the ones to watch. First of all, for the Cardiff Devils, Sylvain De Châtelet.
Well, we never thought we'd be seeing him again. After the last time we saw him, you know, he was struggling for form, wasn't scoring goals. Cardiff gave him 2 weeks' notice, then all of a sudden his form came back. Now he's one of the hottest things in the BMI Baby Elite League. Sylvain De Châtelet will be a key for Gerard Adams' team today. His puck possession and the way he distributes as well. He's an outstanding player, big and strong on the puck. He's got to show leadership as well today without Brad Buff on the ice. De Châtelet has to be the go-to guy for the Cardiff Devils.
And for the Sheffield Steelers,
well, I chose Jeff Le Gouy. Le Gouy was really hot at the start of the year through pre-season and the opening game in the league. Then he had a bad shoulder injury. Then when he came back, he never scored for 4 weeks in 9 games. But since then, he's got 5 goals in the last 5 games. He's quick, he's fast, he's a sharpshooter. And if the puck falls to him, he's going to be the guy that's going to take advantage of it. If the Sheffield Steelers are going to win well here tonight, Jeff Le Gouy is going to be a man who's going to get some points on the board. He has to for David Matzos' team, 100%.
Okay, are you going to make a quick prediction, Dave?
I'm going to go for the Sheffield Steelers. You know the reason why. I've got to go for the Steelers. I just think on the road they're gritty enough to get a result here, especially without Brad Buff in the lineup.
All right, Dave, well, thanks a lot. We're going to get up to our commentary position right away, but join us after the break for the first period of this Challenge Cup semi-final. First leg between the Cardiff Devils and the Sheffield Steelers. Hello, folks, and welcome back to the BMI Baby Elite Ice Hockey League. This is the Challenge Cup semi-final first leg between the Cardiff Devils and the Sheffield Steelers. Alongside of me, Dave. Dave, it is a little bit chilly, but we're looking forward to this one.
Well, you can't look forward to a semi-final, Nick. Then you might as well not be involved in this sport. As I said earlier, playoff hockey 3 months early. Let's look at the Sheffield Steelers team. Jody Lehman has to be big for David Matzos' team tonight. In goal for the Sheffield Steelers. On defence, Steve Munn, probably the best defensive defenseman in the league right now. Randy Dagenet scored his first goal a week ago. Rod Sarich, well, he had some goals from the back end. Taking a look at the forwards for the Steelers, Finnerty hasn't had a goal for a fair few weeks. Jeff Le Gouy, our one to watch, but Jonathan Phillips can't stop scoring. He has a goal in all but 1 of the last 5 games. Ashley Tate on 798 points.
Let's have a look at the starting lineup. Finnerty in between Shepard and Phillips, with Deschanel and Munn and Lehman in between the pipes.
Taking a look at that Cardiff Devils team. Phil Ozair in goal, big and strong. Gerard Adams says he's the best goalie in the league. Gerard Adams says he's the best player in the league. Mike Garrow is going to be good defensively. Teplitsky will add goals up front. Sylvain De Châtelet, he was the guy who couldn't score at the start of the year. He can't stop now. One of my favourite players, though, is 25, Max Brabir.
And the starting lineup will be Silverthorpe between Brabir and De Châtelet out on the right wing, with Garrow and Stone on the points. And Ozair guarding the 2-4.
We're ready to go, pitter-patter, let's get at it. It's a semi-final of the Challenge Cup, and our referee is Nigel Boniface, and we're off and running.
With both teams wearing their away jerseys.
I was just looking down there, and teal for the Sheffield Steelers, red for the Cardiff Devils. It is the Sheffield Steelers with the Shepard line out at the moment. Interesting to see, and we'll talk about that more in a minute, as Ozair on a redirect has to get across quickly to it. Sheffield having the good start. Great work by Finnerty on the boards. Garrow goes across to him. Finnerty's being held by Garrow, and the first penalty of the night is going to come the way of the Cardiff Devils. A holding minor, and it's going to go against the Devils 47, Mike Garrow.
And Dave, it's the, you know, we've talked about this all year. You've seen them all year. The Sheffield Steelers, they're such a fast team, and they move the puck around. They rely on their speed and keeping their legs going. And that's exactly what happened there. You can see Finnerty, he just keeping his legs going behind the net, driving and driving, driving, and he draws the 2-minute minor.
Power play time then for the Sheffield Steelers. They must be delighted. What, only 31 seconds gone? And their big unit comes out on the power play. That was Talbot at centre. Puck just rims out. Sarich collects. Gets it to Jeff Legui. Legui will play high on this power play. Tate will get it out to Shepherd, who turns and turns again. Shepherd, who's been out since the very start. Steelers with just the one defenseman each. Sarich, who has a weak shot deflected, and Jared Adams clears all the way down behind the goal of Jody Lehman. Here is Sarich. Skates as well as any defenseman in the league. Nice outlet pass down the right-hand side. Ashley Tate collects. Legui has sang low, gets it back, or tries to get it back there to Talbot. Tate takes a late one, but he got the puck round, and Cardiff will have a chance to clear down low. No, they don't. It's Talbot. Ashley Tate. Shepherd's gone in front of the net. Tate still got puck possession. Going to get it back to Legui. No, he turns on a sixpence and gives it back to Joey Talbot. Tate through traffic and into the glove of O'Shea, and a little bit of afters. Face-off win for the Steelers, but then they lose out, and Brebeer and the Chatelet do a great job. But Beer goes as an outlet pass to Patrico, and big comes in on Patrico, and Finnerty breaks with the puck. Good work by Ryan Finnerty coming in as the spare man there. Sheffield trying to break out and intercepted Brebeer on Desjardins. Brebeer out-muscled a tad by Desjardins there, and then Brebeer finishes on Desjardins. And Brebeer still has it, so picks up on a loose puck, tries to step inside Steve Munn. Not going to happen. Brebeer finishes on Munn. Excellent penalty kill by the Cardiff Devils. Brebeer especially put a lot of pressure. Now Sheffield come with speed, and it's Jonathan Phillips. Outside, inside, chance and a goal! The Sheffield Steelers, with Ryan Finnerty on the power play, open the scoring, but what speed by Jonathan Phillips down the left-hand side.
Great work by the Sheffield Steelers on the power play. They get it, they strong-side it down here on this near wall. They move the puck up. And you just got to say, this is when it's basic hockey. This is what you got to do. You got to head to the net for any rebounds. Heads to the net, pops it up high, 1-0.
What a great start for David Matzos' men. And Ryan Finnerty, who just hasn't scored forever. And he had a goal disallowed, or he had a goal taken away from him on Sunday in Manchester. But he's got a huge one here in Cardiff tonight. Offside called against the Cardiff Devils, and hockey's a game, like all sports, Nick, about confidence, and a player who hasn't scored for 7, 8, 9 games, and then he goes and pops one in early doors. He's just going to grow in stature,
Of course he will, and he does it by doing basic things, which is, like, you know, number one rule, head to the net, look for rebounds, and exactly what he did, and he got a great shot up high.
We'll talk about Brad Voth not being in the lineup for the Cardiff Devils tonight, and what kind of impact that's going to have on both teams, and we'll talk about that as the night goes on. But certainly the Cardiff Devils will be looking for some leadership out there without Brad Voth, and another chance for Sheffield as they get their third unit out. Jeremy Cornish, 22. Keep your eye on him. He told me earlier before the game started he was going to bully the Cardiff Devils tonight. Let's see if he'll do that. Big shot's going to come in from the left-hand side. Rims round. Cornish just gets to it. Tries to chip it over the red line. Cornish and Patrico, who were teammates in Newcastle not so long ago, they just clashed by the Cardiff Devils bench. It was big Mike Garrow as well as he came off. Sarich is going to finish. Joe Talbot collects, and there's a chance down the right-hand side for Ashley Tate. Was pointless over the weekend. Here's a big chance for Talbot, and scores! Joey Talbot on the back door off a pass from Ashley Tate. And all of a sudden the Sheffield Steelers, who couldn't score last Sunday after 50 shots, have got 2 for 2 here in Cardiff.
That's .799 for number 21, Ashley Tate. Again, good puck moving. I say this ice is so quick and snappy. Ashley Tate with an inch perfect pass. We can see here, look at this. Pulls up, delays, looks for his guys driving to the net. Talbot driving in. Doesn't have to get a lot of wood on it, just enough. And he beats O'Sara to the short side.
Well, O'Sara be disappointed at that because he got across, didn't he? He did get across. I was just going to say 798 points for Ashley Tate, who went into the weekend looking for that 800. You'd have thought he'd have got him as well, but he didn't. He was pointless at the weekend. And just 2 or 3 minutes into this game in Cardiff, Sheffield have a 2-0 advantage, but they're going to go after kill a penalty as soon as they touch the puck, as Joey Talbot just did. The first penalty of the night, a hooking call called on the Sheffield Steelers, and I think it's Jeff Le Guy that's going to head to the penalty box. He's been a naughty, naughty boy. Interesting, we talk as well, Nick, about momentum changes. Sheffield have come out here with just such jump, but now a power play opportunity, and Sheffield will be just so keen just to get rid of these 2 minutes and not to get Cardiff back into the game in any way, shape or form. Here's Rod Sarich, he's out there with Finnerty. Sarich long shot right into the centre of O'Sea, who went down well to Plitsky, heads up defenseman. Probably one of the better offensive defensemen. Silverthorne steps inside, gives it to Berbea. Bebea's looking for that long pass. Berbea could pick up his own rebound there. Never fell to Silverthorne. Silverthorne's got it now. Back out to Berbea, shoots and scores! On a delayed penalty goal.
It hit the side of the netting, Dave. It hit the side of the netting. It didn't even go in. And we've got a slashing call coming up on the play. So I'm not sure who it's going against, but that deflates the
well, I thought Berbea had just got across there, and then let's take a second look at it.
Well, it's the shot. I think it, you know, because the netting on these goals, it's a little bit lax. It's not that tight, and the puck hit the outside of the net, and it settled on the outside. It actually didn't go over the goal line.
What we did see was Nigel Boniface giving Steve Munn a penalty. Silverthorne, who's in the face-off circle.
I'm still wondering why they're wearing the red uniforms. We're going to have to find out, eh?
We will. They've got perhaps their special Challenge Cup uniforms. Deschâtelet, nice pass to Garrow. Garrow's smart and sensible, doesn't make mistakes. Here's Garrow with a bullet. Lehman gets there, and Steelers help it with Manzano. Tate can't quite clear. Is he going to have a second bite of the cherry? Deschâtelet along the boards. He can't clear either. Back to Garrow. Garrow with patience. Deschâtelet to Garrow. Rebeer's waiting in, he's stood in front of Jody Lehman. Deschâtelet, nice patience as Nick said. Garrow, wrist shot, kicked away, puck bouncing, big bite of the cherry. It's Max Rebeer on a 5-on-3 power play. Didn't he take that nicely? The Devils back in this one. It's 2-1. We've only had 5 minutes.
Rebeer, we saw him a couple of shifts ago actually, finishing his checks. He's looked like he's had his in this game right from the start, and there you can see he picks up the puck. Look at how they're moving it around. They get their shot away. The rebound's right there. Look at how he just calmly pulls it around Lehman, so he looks for the backhand. He doesn't just panic. He doesn't whack at it. He pulls it around Lehman and slides it right underneath his toe there and into the net for a 2-1 game so far.
And what that 5-on-3 power play goal does is one of the Sheffield Steelers players now comes back out onto the ice. So count those steel shirts, there's 4 of them now. Still power play time for the next 1 minute and 3 seconds for the Cardiff Devils. They could get back into this game straight away here through power play goals. Outlet pass. Patrico with a shot. It got deflected. Deschâtelet will try and get there first, and he outmuscles Thomas. Deschâtelet is going to try and find the goal scorer, Berbea. Holds onto the puck. Now tries to give it Berbea. But what a great job by Mark Thomas, the youngster from Stockport. He manages to clear down the ice, and Sheffield do a pretty good job clearing a game. Here's Talbot. He scored one of the goals for the Steelers. On the penalty kill, 9 outlets pass to Doug Shepherd. Shepherd doesn't need to go forward. He's killing penalty. Puck possession is a key on the penalty kill if you can get it. And Doug Shepherd's and Joe Talbot there killed 15-20 seconds. Patrico, long outlet pass here. Sample on a one-timer. And a bullet from Paul Sample. Right over the shoulder of Jody Lehman on a one-timer. The Devils back in it. It's tied at 2.
So you know what? It's that guy again, Rebeer. The guy's absolutely playing outstanding. He gets a pass in the high slot here, and instead of trying to turn it, he knows the guy's coming in behind him. So he's in the high slot, he's coming in. Look him just lay this off to Sample perfectly, and Sample just buries it up high. But Rebeer with one of the nicer passes, you're going to see great awareness.
Well, you couldn't ever have expected the Sheffield Steelers to hold on to that lead forever, especially getting it so early. The Devils were always going to come back, but wow, have they come back quickly. And they've got a chance here out as well. Phillips tried to bang one off the pads of O'Sea, and Phillips working hard in the corner. Jared Adams is on a delayed penalty. As soon as the Devils touch the puck, they'll be short-handed again. Adams finishes hard on Phillips, and the Cardiff Devils touch the puck, and it's the player coach of the Cardiff Devils on a holding minor that will make his way to the penalty box, and it's the Sheffield Steelers Time to go back on the power play. Adams off for holding.
A holding call against the player coach, Jared Adams. That's a frustrating call, especially when your team have just created a lot of momentum getting back into this game and tying it up, and he takes a holding call, and he's going to be off for 2. And we've seen Sheffield's power play too, so let's see it again.
You gotta love this game, haven't you? Nigel Boniface holds it up, sends it back. Saw something he didn't like in the face-off circle. 2 of the biggest names in British ice hockey, the Cardiff Devils and the Sheffield Steelers. And a face-off win by Shepherd, back to Rod Sarridge. Sarridge steps inside, fakes, goes to Le Gouy. Le Gouy with a bullet kicked away by O'Sea. Shepherd holds onto the puck, gets the rotation going. It's with Joe Talbot. Talbot back to Ashley Tate. He's looking for point number 800 to Le Gouy on a one-timer to Sarridge. Sarridge through traffic, and it just bounced up off the pads of Phil O'Sea. The Devils clear into the corner, but they can't get the puck out of the defensive zone. Le Gouy, shot gets deflected, only as far as Tate. Tate will try and get it back to Le Gouy, he does. Le Goui's got Sarridge clicked on the one-timer, instead goes back to Tate. Tate steps up inside and fires one low glove side, and it bounces around the boards, and Brabia, or shall we say, the most impressive Max Brabia, clears all the way down.
Ashley Tate with the puck right now, and really for him, he really wants to get that other point, not only to help his team get into the lead, but it gets a big thing off your back, trying to hit that milestone. He wants to get this out of the way.
Interesting what Dave Matzos will be thinking right now. He'll be delighted at how his team started, but 2-0 up, and I know it's a 5-on-3 and a 5-on-4 power play, but you'll be so disappointed your team have let that slip. Here's Le Gouy. Jason Hewitt on just his second shift of the night. Finnerty does a good job. Here is Jason Hewitt. He was having his stick held, and a 5-on-3 power play is going to come the way of the Steelers. Now, Jason Hewitt was about to shoot right in front of Phil O'Sea, and you could just tell he couldn't get the stick, he couldn't get the trigger cocked. And it's Matt So that will make his way, holding the stick call.
Yeah, and you know, I got to say, you know, we talk about good penalties and bad penalties to take. You got to figure, you know, a perfect scoring opportunity right in the slot, and the hold of the stick just there. You can see Toe in the slot coming into the right-hand side of your screen there, and it did take away a clear-cut scoring opportunity, so probably a good penalty to take there.
The Cardiff Devils scored on their 5-on-3 power play, then went and scored on their 5-on-4. They had a little bit longer than the Sheffield Steelers, but the Steelers are on their 5-on-3 now. 3 Devils, 5 Steelers. They've got to get good puck possession, be patient. Le Gouy, Rod Sarridge, back to Jeff Le Gouy. Le Goui's got a hammer, gets it back to Sarridge. Wasn't quite a great pass for the one-timer, that's what they're looking for. We saw McCaslin score with a one-timer. There's Sarridge, got a bit of a deflection. Talbot comes in, and of course we saw Wallenberg last week with a great one-timer on the power play. Sarridge, Le Gouy can't keep it down. 5 seconds on the 5-on-3. Le Gouy, nice play. Ashley Tate, is this for 800? Turns, makes a play, 5-on-4 power play. Big shot comes in, big chance out front. Sheffield Steelers score, and I think it is Ashley Tate.
He's keeping the puck, folks.
He gets the puck. 800 points for Ashley Tate, and the Sheffield Steelers lead by 3 goals to 2.
And what a milestone for one of the greatest British ice hockey players to play this game over here, Ashley Tate. You can see heading to the net for the rebound. Basic hockey, folks, it pays off. And Sheffield have a 3-2 lead.
Nick, I saw the Sheffield Steelers put 50 shots on the Manchester Phoenix on Sunday. Score 1 goal, and that was a scruffy, bouncy goal. They've had, what, 5 shots tonight? They've scored 3 times. The Sheffield Steelers then with that 3-2 advantage. Here come the Cardiff Devils. This game's going to be physical. It's going to be fast and aggressive all night in this small rink in Cardiff. If you're watching this game in Cardiff, well, I can't understand why you can't be here, because great atmosphere. Here comes the 3rd unit for the Steelers with Tate and Hewitt and the big bad Jeremy Cornish, and of course his big adversary Brad Voth. He's not on the ice tonight, so will Cornish try and take advantage of that? Will he bully Stone in the corner? Bang, he hits him. He makes sure that check's finished. Patrico gets to the loose puck. The Devils can't clear out. Now Patrico does down the left-hand side. 2-on-2. The big Patrico's got Sample going to the net. Patrico on a wraparound. He's got a chance there. Big chance out in front. Field Hill couldn't get there first. Toplitsky on a redirect. And the Steelers try and clear only as far as Patrico's chest, though. And a second bite of the cherry for Dave Matzos' team. They chip it all the way down. And if the Devils touch the puck first, which they did just, and that's icing, and the face-off will come all the way back. Nice plays by Shepherd down the right-hand side of Phillips. Phillips out-muscled a little bit by Garrow, and the Devils will have a chance to clear, and they do with Silverthorne, who's got Brabia, and Thomas is going to get hit by Brabia here. If Thomas can't get there first, Thomas does a good job. Out as far as Stone. Phillips had gone down the middle. Here's Manzano, jumps into play. Manzano with a big shot right down the throat of Phil O'Sare, who covers up nicely.
O'Sare with a great save there, coming out and cutting down the angles. And there's Dave. He's going to be pleased with it, with his team's performance, but like I said, he's going to want to just say to the guys right now, settle down, let's stay out of the box.
Played, of course, for the Cardiff Devils, did David Matzos, then had a very nasty neck and throat injury. Had an operation which has seen metalwork put into the back of his neck to hold it all together, very nasty. And that's when he got into the assistant coaching position with the Cardiff Devils before joining the Sheffield Steelers. Fancy that? Having your throat cut so they can put a piece of metal into the back of your neck? Doesn't sound very good, does it?
Not really, no.
No. Dave Chatterley, great job by Mark Thomas. Chatterley looked like he'd broken free there. And the form of Deschatelet is one of the impressive things with the Cardiff Devils. Since Deschatelet found his form, the Cardiff Devils just can't stop winning. And just 2 losses and 1 overtime loss in the last 17 games have seen the Cardiff Devils go from, well, 7th place in the BMI Baby Elite League to joint top position. And in fact, if it wasn't for 2 short-handed goals at the weekend by the Coventry Blaze, the Cardiff Devils, here's a great chance for Sheffield with Phillips again. The Cardiff Devils would be top by a couple of points. Phillips
just couldn't kick that up to his stick and get the shot away there.
Phillips is having a great night in his own ring. Here's a chance for Shepherd. And the defenseman there, Stone, just plays the puck back into the pads of his goalie, Phil O'Sare. Got a little quiz question for you in a second, Nick, as the puck gets in. Next break in play. Question for you all to answer at home. Jared Adams, player coach of the Devils, just gets the puck round. Phil Hill chips out. But it's Sarridge back to Talbot. He didn't really do what he wanted to, and it's ended up back in the defensive zone for the Steelers, and the Steelers can't clear. Hill will bang one in, tried to get it on net, not to do so. Patrico sets up Sample. Hill comes in to support Sample. A battle on the board between Sarridge and Sample, 2 former teammates when Sample played in Sheffield 3 seasons ago. Ashley Tate, who's hit the 800-point mark tonight. How relieved will he be? Nice outlet pass down the right-hand side. Joey Talbot tries to step inside. Legui got a bit of it. Puck goes to Phil O'Sare. Now, Phil O'Sare wearing a set of goaltending pads. Jody Lehman wearing a set of goaltending pads. My question to you, Nick, is how many sets of goaltending pads are in this building right now?
How the heck am I going to know that?
Well, the 2 backup netminders.
all right, yeah, but you're going to think there's.
I'm going to tell you there's 5.
There might be other teams.
I'll tell you why there's 5 in here. I'll tell you why there's 5 in a minute. There's the 2 starting goalies, O'Sare and Lehman. There's the 2 backup goalies.
Yeah. And
also the Nottingham Panthers new goalie. Nottingham made that signing, the ex-NHL goalie Tom Askey. His goaltending pads are here. That's because he arrived in Cardiff on Wednesday, Cardiff Airport. The Nottingham Panthers picked him up from Cardiff Airport, put his suitcases in the... big shot comes in again. Here's Tate for 801, doesn't get it. Patrico clears out. Nottingham Panthers picked up Tom Askey, picked up his suitcases, picked up all his kit bags, drove to Nottingham, and when they got to Nottingham, they realised they'd left Askey's pads at Cardiff Airport.
What about the ones that are for sale in the shop?
Oh, don't get pernickety with me, Nick. Don't get pernickety. It's just a good way of getting a little Nottingham story in there. Here's Garrow. Nottingham Panthers, of course, play their 2nd leg of their semi-final Friday night against the Newcastle Vipers with that 1-goal advantage. With Tom Askey, of course, the new signing, the new ex-NHL signing in. And who will they face? Will it be the Steelers or the Devils? We'll be in Sheffield, of course, next Wednesday to see the 2nd leg of this game. Sheffield have had just the better of this opening 13-odd minutes, leading 3-2. They're going to come with Warren Tate. Simmons does a good job down the left-hand side for Cardiff, and Tate's going to just batter it in again, and he does. And that means the Devils have to turn. They have to go and collect. Garrow, calm on the puck, feeds down the right-hand side. Here come the Cardiff Devils. Can Toe get to the loose puck? No, he can't. Sarridge got there first, and Sarridge keeps it. Sarridge will chip it. No, he doesn't. He goes out to the left-hand side, and Cornish sends the puck in, looking for Jason Hewitt. Back out to Cornish. Cornish has a chance of a shot. Garrow got his stick to it first. Jared Adams, who won a Challenge Cup with the Sheffield Steelers. Here is Shepherd, fakes the shot, and I think Phillips was half offside, half not offside. This big chance for Finnerty. I thought the net was already off its moorings and it wouldn't have counted. I don't think it would have counted anyway, but Finnerty had a great chance, but a 2-on-0 there, and Phillips was just ahead of the play. Let's just see that again.
You could see it was Finnerty who was, Jared Adams with a bad pass in the neutral zone. It was a bubbly puck, but Finnerty was streaking through the neutral zone. I'm wondering why Shepard didn't hit him, because he would have been gone.
Finnerty in the face-up circle with a win over Silverthorne as Sarridge steps in and chips into the corner where Doug Shepard will go and collect. Shepard, he's met by Adams, who finishes hard. Finnerty, who's just playing with a burst of confidence right now, took the shot, he rebounded off O'Sare. Phillips was coming in, but couldn't quite manage. Here's Shepard, can he find Jonathan Phillips? He does. Phillips with the ball, it just stick side of Phil O'Sare, and it rebounds all the way around to the red line, where Finnerty will hammer it in, intercepted Silverthorne, who gets it back from Teplitsky. Here is Silverthorne end-to-end, top of the circle, pass, that's just gone outside. Not called by the linesman, he says it was on the blue line. I think he was wrong. Right-hand side, Talbot, bullet straight down the chest of O'Sare.
A good end-to-end action by both clubs here.
Joey Talbot knows all about the cold, Nick. You and me are freezing. He's been in Alaska for the last 3 years. This is like a summer holiday for him.
Brent Pope's obviously not that chilly either. He doesn't have a toque on. Or...
He needs some sun, Brent, eh? He's a little pale there. Outlet pass, Paul Sample, red line. Goes down the left-hand side to Phil Hill. Patrico finds himself alone, walks in, Sample for his second. Legui's going to get a penalty. We talked about one good penalty earlier on, which was Matt Toes when he held back Jason Hewitt. Well, Jeff Legui's just taken a good penalty as well, holding back Paul Sample. Sample had half a net to shoot into, and that was a penalty that Legui had to take.
A better penalty than Toes' penalty, because it was a 5-on-4, but this one 5-on-5, and they nullify that scoring opportunity. But again, we've seen these power plays clicking, and I don't know if I'd give up power play chances right now.
2 minutes of power play time for Jared Adams' his Cardiff Devils. There hasn't been a power play not scored on in this game. Garrow. Oh, he got the 8-iron now, not the 4-iron there. Chance to clear for the Steelers, they do. Only into the linesman's skates, though. Garrow on a one-time pass to Teplitsky. Very gifted on the power play. Sample goes to the net. Teplitsky's got good hands, makes quick passes, makes good decisions, and skates so well, very mobile. Ideal for these special team situations. Mike Garrow. Matas Patrico, back to Patrico, looks for Garrow, instead has to come to Sample, fires it into the crease. Sheffield get a little bit of it with Desjardins, who clears into the corner. Good puck possession by the Cardiff Devils, but they're being forced by the Sheffield Steelers, and Desjardins steps up there. Puck still with the Devils. Can the Steelers get hold of it? No. Garrow fires one, gets kicked away by Jody Lehman. Phil Hill to Paul Sample. Sample gets taken into the boards by Steve Munn. Still with Sample. Good work with Sample, but Warren Tate clears. And then look at the Steelers burst back to their bench. They get a line change as Garrow collects off his goalie O'Sare. Line change also for the Devils. Silverthorne's out, and Silverthorne has it. Makes a pass up, only as far as Deschanelay. Silverthorne trips over Brabia, but the big unit's out for the Cardiff Devils with 40 seconds left on the one-man advantage. Back door is Brabia. Garrow looks for the redirect from Teplitsky, but can Jonathan Phillips get there first? He can, and now he feeds Finnerty. Finnerty, blue line, takes a shot, gets deflected over the plexiglass, and I think that took Garrow straight in the knee.
You can see just around O'Sare's net there. Now goalies, they like this because they can stack the snow up against their posts. Stop guys doing little wraparounds, but the linesmen normally keep an eye on that and kick it out of the way. But like I say, got to watch the temperature in the building.
I'm telling you, in the face-off circle right now, Joey Talbot is hot, and he's won another face-off there that gave his team puck possession. They cleared down behind O'Sare's goal, and that's killed. We're back 5-on-5. So the first penalty of the night killed, and successfully killed, is by the Sheffield Steelers, that Legui penalty. Thomas is in a foot race and gets to the loose puck first, but hammered into the boards afterwards. Legui tries to pick up, Toe collects. Toe over the blue line, takes a shot, Deschanelay just offside. And now there's a bit of afters, and here we go. That's because the puck was taken into the net after the whistle, and Mark Thomas wasn't having any of that. The whistle went for offside.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't think, honestly, Sylvain Deschanelay, I don't think he heard that. He wouldn't do that just to rub the nose in it and put the puck in the net to upset the Sheffield Steelers.
You're being too nice. Look at me. Look at me. I've got a set of headphones on. I heard it.
Yeah, but that's why you heard it. That's why you heard it. Because we've got microphones set up.
Deschâtelet heard that, and Deschâtelet was trying to get the Sheffield Steelers roll. They did a good job, and Mark
There's
Thomas...
a glove, though, but, you know...
The whistle's already gone.
Yeah, I don't know.
He deserves a beating for that.
I disagree. Well, maybe he deserves a beating, but he did the right thing. Dave?
He deserves a beating. The whistle had gone. He knew the whistle had gone. Mark Thomas was right to step in. After the whistle goes,
yeah, but
it's an unwritten rule.
Now, look, it's 5-on-4. Or, sorry, 4 on 4. It's 4-on-4 now, though.
But it's the unwritten rule. You don't do that after the whistle. If you do, you deserve a spanking. So it's 4-on-4. And actually, Deschâtelet, that's a good trade for the Sheffield Steelers. They'll take Deschâtelet for Thomas in the penalty box. And Jared Adams won't be happy about that. Sample picks up on a loose puck, tries to feed Pacheco, intercepted Saric. Manzano, Manzano giveaway to Jared Adams. 3-on-2 for the Devils. Pacheco's going to go for the goal as Adams fires that puck and then finishes hard on Dejanay. Now a 3-on-2 for the Sheffield Steelers. End-to-end stuff here in Cardiff. Manzano. Oh, and Joey Talbot was just offside. Only just, but that's enough.
Just trying to hear what the calls were there for. You saw Mark Thomas with the cross-checking call, but I don't know what the Deschâtelet call was. If that maybe, like you say, it may be an unsportsmanlike conduct, but it's a pretty loud building, Dave, and when you're out there on the ice, things are a lot different. I know we got headphones on, but there are mics out there to pick it up, and like I say, I don't think he tried to do it on purpose.
Nick Rothwell, living proof there are nice people still left in this world. There's Ashley Tate. Nice step outside. Shepherd with a bullet. Great stop by Phil O'Sare. Wow, did he get that right pad out to that one. Dejanay on the 4-on-4. What a great stop. Big reflex save. Tate gets the cycle going only as far as Doug Shepherd. Garrow does a good job protecting. Steelers player taken down. Can't get to the loose puck. And now Brabia has had a great first period to Silverthorne. 2-on-2. What's Silverthorne going to do with it? Will he go to Brabia? Will he cut back to Garrow? He steps out inside. Penalty against Manzano coming in. Loose, so it's a delayed penalty. Here comes Pacheco on for the goalie. A little bit of 5-on-4. As soon as the Steelers touch it, we're going to have a tripping call against the Sheffield Steelers. The Devils are going back on the power play as we hit the last 91 seconds of this first period.
Ian Manzano, that looked quite unfortunate. It looked like he was just trying to keep his guy to the outside. And again, Cardiff Devils keeping his... Cuts back. Yeah, a little piece of him, but again, with his zero tolerances, I think a few years ago that wouldn't have been called.
I think Didier Drogba is playing for the Cardiff Devils. He went down quicker than he did. Pacheco in the face-off circle. The Devils' power play is a good one. Teplitsky's waiting for it. Instead, it comes out to Silverthorne. Here's Teplitsky. In fact, last time we were here, he got a power play goal on a one-timer. Back to Deschâtelet, back to Teplitsky. He's going to come back, you watch too. At some point, big man in the crease. Puck out in the crease again. And the Sheffield Steelers quickly to move the Cardiff Devils forward.
Another penalty call coming up, a slashing call.
Well, it's going to be against Pacheco. Pacheco it was, who was right in front of Jody Lehman. Nigel Boniface, he's having none of it. He's the headmaster tonight. Here's something you don't see very often. 3-on-3. Here's Jeff Legui. Nice play by Legui. Good patience by O'Sare and followed the puck and got his blocker to it. Teplitsky. 2-on-1 if they play it right. Legui does a pretty good job offside. And the referee and the linesman are being battered here by the Cardiff fans, who don't think that was offside. But 3-on-3 is the most exciting of hockey because they've got all the space to skate in.
It is exciting. It opens things up, and you know it's going to be end-to-end. No one can play defensively because you just don't have the personnel out there to do it.
Here is Steve Munn, the most experienced of the Steelers defensemen, to Saric, the most offensive-minded. Saric makes a nice play to Legui, who takes it nicely. Legui's looking for Saric. Saric gets it back, tries to take it in his skate and does. And there's a little bit of afters there, but nothing too serious, and the whistle blows. So we are 4-on-4 for the next 70 seconds, but only 41 of them left in this first period. A 5-goal thriller so far in the first 20 minutes here in Cardiff. Maybe another one in the next 35 seconds. We'll wait and see as Cardiff chip it down the left-hand side. The impressive Brabia goes into the corner. The Sheffield Steelers do well with Munn and Dejanay battling. Deschâtelet's made himself available. He gets it. He's looking for Brabia behind the net. Lehman got a bit of Brabia. No penalty called by Boniface. Brabir again, strong work by Brabir, good work by Steve Munn. In fact, that wasn't good work by Steve Munn, that was great work by Steve Munn. Brabir so strong and powerful. Last chance, 10 seconds, Finnerty. Finnerty's looking for the trailer. It's Desjardins into the glove of Phil O'Sare. And Desjardins, what a great chance he had as the trailer just comes in as the high guy. And the first period ends with the Sheffield Steelers leading by 3 goals to 2. What a great period of hockey. The Sheffield Steelers getting on to the best of starts. There's first of all Finnerty, and then Talbot made it 2-0. But on the power play, Brabir and Sample. Wow, it's 3-2. We're going to have a quick break. We'll be back shortly. Don't go away. We're back in Cardiff, and it's the Sheffield Steelers that lead the Cardiff Devils 3-2 at the end of the first period of the first leg of this Challenge Cup semi-final. There's a man who's been busy, Nick. Referee Nigel Boniface caught a lot of penalties. We've seen a lot of power play goals.
We have, and both teams going to start the second frame 4-on-4 as 2 guys are still in the box. And yeah, a lot of penalties and a lot of power play goals. Good for the fans, but bad for the coaches' heartbeats.
Pitter-patter, let's get at her, and it's the second period underway with Steve Munn only as far as Des Châtelet, intercept by the Steelers, and Finnerty comes with speed, headmans the puck in the offensive zone, tries to find Phillips, instead runs to Desjardins. Phillips is going to pick up on a loose puck out in front. O'Sare, who perhaps didn't have the greatest of first periods, just gets his stick to it, out to Silverthorne. Jason Stone collects. Chance for Silverthorne, one-on-one with Desjardins, and Desjardins tries to take him wide. Silverthorne stands up on the puck. Desjardins comes in for a second time as Des Châtelet has it. And a very short power play before the Cardiff Devils will come back on to full strength, just a handful of seconds. Here is Desjardins, back door is Joe Talbot! And Talbot couldn't get there. Great work by Silverthorne. Talbot looking for his second of the night, and in fact Silverthorne was a little bit too friendly and familiar with Joe Talbot, and as soon as the Cardiff Devils touch the puck, the Sheffield Steelers are going to be back on the power play again, and that'll be now as Garrow intercepts that weak Mark Thomas shot, and it's going to be Jason Silverthorne. Power play time for the Sheffield Steelers, and Brabir, Lehman's gone for walkabouts, and Lehman just had to get there. I don't think Lehman needed to get there. He got 2 Sheffield Steelers players with him, and Brabir would have had an empty net if he'd have been half a stride quicker. Lehman got there first and warrants his decision. Look at Sarich, the way he just steps through players. Adams collects though, and Jared Adams, tough, rugged, no nonsense. Run your grandmother over for a quid type of defenseman, and he just hammers it off the boards all the way down. Picked up by Legui. Out to Tate. Tate, top of the circle, bullet right down the throat of O'Sare, who just couldn't hold on to it. And Nick, you commented on O'Sare looking a little shaky first period, and he's had a couple of touches of the puck early doors.
Yeah, he's looking a lot sharper there with that shot. Look, the rebound just goes right in front of him, and he corrals it and gets it. But in the first period, those pucks were just getting away from him a little bit.
Controlling the rebound, so important for a goaltender. Sheffield on the power play, but Cardiff doing a good job alongside the boards, just out of our sight line. And the puck's going to be rimmed round. It does to Talbot, who leaves it for Shepherd. Legui's waiting for it. Sarich back to Shepherd. Intercepts. And forces Sarich all the way back. It was Des Châtelet, the most expensive name in British ice hockey. Not that he earns that much, it's just that the cost of one of his replica shirts is that expensive with all that lettering. Here's Talbot, forehand, backhand. Intercept by the Devils defenseman. Still puck possession for the Steelers. 45 seconds left on the power play. Quick puck movement is what's required, and Shepherd gets it back to Manzano. Fars it, got an intercept by Phillips. Phillips still has it back. He'll try and feed Shepherd. Will he? No, he comes to the top. Plays the top, fakes the shot to Shepherd. Shepherd didn't collect first time. Shepherd, the former Basingstoke Bison player coach, to Manzano with a wrist shot through traffic. Shepherd will collect and doesn't go forehand, comes backhand to Phillips. Phillips skates with it. Everybody rotates. Nice play to Legui. Legui through traffic, though, and a forcing penalty kill by the Cardiff Devils, and they're going to have a chance with Des Châtelet if they can find the puck to him quickly enough. He was offside. He skated backwards into the offensive zone, and he skates for over that blue line before the puck, and Des Châtelet is called offside. So just 3 seconds left on Jason Silverthorne's penalty. And if Cardiff could get puck possession here, Silverthorne would join the play, but no. It's Sheffield that break down the right-hand side. Jason Hewitt, Garrow goes to collect first, and Garrow does get it. And Hewitt will try and finish off a hit. Intercept by the Devils. Outlet pass. Here comes Sample. Sample, top of the circle, goes to his forehand, goes short side. He's already scored tonight, short side on Jody Lehman. The net is taken off its moorings. There's great speed in both these teams because Sample can skate quick as well.
There is, and I think Nigel Boniface is going to be calling a penalty here. That's Sample with the drive outside, but Patrico with that howitzer of a pass. That's how you got to pass the puck.
Well, Manzano took the net off its moorings, but he was pushed in the back to get that, and he's been called a delay in the game penalty. So I'm surprised at that call. But Manzano will sit the next 2 minutes out. We've had one power play for the Sheffield Steelers. Now the Cardiff Devils. The familiar sight of Warren Tate killing penalty for the Steelers, only as far as Teplitsky. Back to Mike Garrow. Silverthorne waits one way. Des Chatelet will try and find Brabir, who's taken out of the play. But here's Silverthorne. Teplitsky's waiting for it. Goes back to Garrow. To Deschatelet. Back to Teplitsky. He's got a hammer. He looks for the redirect. And Brabir had an empty net and failed to score. He'll be dreaming about that one tonight. Easiest chance you'll see on Sky Sports all year. And Des Chatelet misses out on the power play. Here's Mark Thomas. Comes with speed. He'll hit the red line and chip it in, or blast it in. He blasts it in. And in fact, he'll probably regret doing that now because that big rebound just gave Cardiff a little bit of time. Nice play by Cardiff. It's Silverthorne one-on-one. Shoots denied by Lehman. Silverthorne with the opportunity, got the wrister away quickly. Jody Lehman covered and covered well. Nice play by Sarich, gets it back to Thomas as the Steelers tick down the power play time. Good opportunity, firstly for Brabir, secondly for Silverthorne.
Brabir's going to be dreaming about that tonight. It would have been harder not to score there. He missed a wide open net, and the guy who's so good on the puck as he is, it's going to shock him so much missing that opportunity.
Mattis Patrico, who's taken out of the play by Dejanay, and Steelers clear, but don't clear far enough, and there's a man out in front, but Shepherd got his stick to a loose pass. Talbot makes a break, but he couldn't quite get good stick control, and Garrow will guide him into the corners and finish off, and that gives an opportunity for the Devils to come down the right-hand side, but Patrico couldn't control Teplitsky's pass. And both teams take the opportunity of a line change. 14 seconds left on the one-man advantage. Patrico banged against the boards by Munn. Finnerty hammered against the boards by Phil Hill. There's no hiding place in Cardiff here in the Challenge Cup semi-final. Every opportunity to take the body's taken. Steelers at full strength. Adams, Patrico, Sample with a bullet, but this time it goes wide. Stowe with a hammer comes off the shoulder of Jody Lehman into the crowd. It's end to end, it's action-packed. It's still 3-2 Steelers.
Yeah, Brabir with that chance earlier on the power play, I meant it would have been harder to miss it, and the way they move it around. And Teplitsky with that head up, that's a shot pass.
I think one of the reasons Mark Smith makes such great money is Max Brabir, because last year I thought Brabir was underrated, and Smith got all the credit, and Brabir was outstanding, in the same way as Sutter was outstanding for Tessier. But sometimes those unsung heroes, and Brabir just gives it his all every single shift, every single game. Icing waved off. Jared Adams points and directs, and he's directing Toe. So Toe does what he says, and Adams gives it to somebody else. Down the left-hand side come the Cardiff Devils. Sheffield intercept on the red line and chip back in behind O'Sea's goal. And the first 6.5 minutes quickly disappeared of this second period. Icing to be called. Icing is called as Rod Sarich touches the puck. Our first period in the first 5 or 6 minutes was just goal, goal, goal. It's been a little bit more coy and cautious in this second period, despite power plays for both teams. Dejanay hammers off the board and then gets hammered himself. Every opportunity for either team to finish a hit, well, they're taking that opportunity right now. Ashley Tate chips into the corner. Talbot will go and get there first. Cardiff carry a height and weight advantage. They're certainly the bigger of the two teams. Sheffield perhaps the speed advantage. with the likes of Legui and Tate and Talbot and Finnerty and Phillips. I should mention Shepherd, shouldn't I, is the one I haven't mentioned, but here's the Devils, and it's Silverthorne with a wrister, and he just bounces or redirects off the knee of Randy Desjardins over the plexiglass for a face-off. Face-off for the Sheffield Steelers with Legui in the centre, and a face-off now win, but the Devils get it, and they keep puck possession in. Savage will have to hammer hard, and he does, but he comes off the skate of Tate. Tate gets it out to Talbot. Silverthorne follows him and forces him wide. Tate drives the net, and a penalty's going to come in right now against the Sheffield Steelers, and it's a high sticking call against the Steelers.
There's Talbot, lays it off. Tate driving. He did, that was inadvertent. He catches him up high, and there again, Ashley Tate going back and saying sorry. O'Sara accepting it.
There's two nice people. There's two nice people in this world.
Yeah.
Ashley Tate and Unique.
Hey.
Desjardins still shot that puck in the net, you know. 5-on-4 power play to the Cardiff Devils. Here is Desjardins. And that's out, and came out with the blue line.
He did shoot it, but he didn't mean to do it in that kind of way.
He did. He deserved a beating, and he didn't get one.
Dave.
Old school, man, old school.
But you can see when a guy's trying to do it to wind you up, and then he deserves a beating, but you're going to get a beating in a minute.
Here's Brabia. How many times has that been threatened off how many people? And Lehman got down very quickly to that cross-ice pass.
Desjardins is a left-handed shot playing on the right wing there. And
you know what else? He's a changed man, isn't he, from the first time we saw him?
Do you know what? I mean, it was the first time he'd been in the country he was playing here, and it takes guys like this
he's got
sometimes to gel.
now, though,
It does. It takes time to gel, and he's obviously gelling with his line mates here, and that's why his game has turned around so well.
Desjardins gets it out to Toplitsky. Just hacking and chopping down low, and it's his mud who's taken into the boards by Desjardins. Sheffield with a chance to clear, and they don't clear, and the Devils keep the puck in. Desjardins got a man out in front. It's Brabia, and he hammers one past Lehman. This game's tied at 3. Brabia on Lehman, but it was Desjardins with a gorgeous pass.
I'll tell you what, Dave, again, awesome puck movement by Brabir and the Devils, but that play has got to go down to Toplinsky. He pinched in and hit Phillips to cause a turnover, and that's what the Cardiff Devils need to do against the Sheffield Steelers as a bigger team. You can see Toplinsky here, look at, it'll come around. It's a little bit earlier than that. It comes around, he makes the hit anyway, and that kept the puck in, and there you go, right there, boom. He steps up on the guy on Phillips, keeps the puck in the zone, goes out in front of the net, one-timer, and we got a 3-3 game. Toplinsky with a great play there.
Got a good Paul Sample story to tell you. When Desjardins got his 2 weeks notice, I spoke with Paul Sample, Desjardins, and he goes, Simsy, he's just a great guy, and he's just a great player, and I know it's going to come for him. I just hope that we give him enough time, and Cardiff gave Desjardins enough time, and my God, is he ever repaying them. The Devils back in this one. They were 2 down, they tied it at 2-2. They were 3-2 down, they've tied it at 3-3. This is semi-final hockey at its very best.
The puck coming out front to Brabir from Desjardins in the corner again. That guy Toplinsky, I mentioned him before, he kept the puck in. Brabir with a one-timer, and like I say, a 3-3 game.
Brent Pope will be happy. He runs the bench under the instruction of Jared Adams for the Cardiff Devils, with Adams out on the ice, of course, so much. Here's Brabir, a one-man wrecking machine tonight here in Cardiff. Goes alone, backhand pass, shoots and scores! Outstanding by Max Brabir. The Cardiff Devils lead for the first time, 4-3. It's Neil Francis.
I'll tell you, were we talking about him before the game?
You were.
You know, remember him from years and years ago being a really, he's one of the nice guys in the game as well. And Brabir out there for the Cardiff Devils with this line with Francis out there. Drive to the net, go to the net, basic hockey. Brabir goes around, lays it off with a beautiful backhand pass. Francis with a one-timer, and 4-3 to Cardiff.
Well, right now the Sheffield Steelers have a problem. And the problem is Max Brabir. Because right now he's doing what he wants, to who he wants, when he wants it. And if he wants to go round you, he'll go round you. He wants to go over you, he'll go over you. And he right now is the difference between these two teams.
It seems like he's seeing the game a lot bigger than everyone else here, and he's got the support crew around him to make it count.
Jonathan Phillips tries off a loose puck. Here's Brabir down the left-hand side this time. Steps inside. Manzano's going to take. Infinity's going to take a penalty. And the Sheffield Steelers are going to kill penalty. Once they touch this puck, are they going to have a chance to touch it, though? Delayed penalty against the Steelers. Odd man advantage. Now Infinity throws a punch into the face of Brabir. Brabir walks away. He's having none of it. Manzano and Silverthorne clash. And Ryan Finnerty is trying to get under the skin of Max Brabir, and he's got a penalty for his trouble. I think what we're going to see here is a little bit of afters as well, so Brabir and Finnerty will take a...
Well, Finnerty's giving it to Brabir in the helmet there. Brabir's just parked on the doorstep where he should be.
So a 2-minute penalty for slashing against Finnerty. That was the early call. And then Finnerty gets another 2-2 for roughing. And Max Brabir also in the penalty box as well on that double roughing minor. So the two double roughing minors will be coincidental. They won't show on the clock. They don't count, if you like, on the ice. So the only penalty on the scoreboard is the 2 minutes against Finnerty's for slashing, and that's the power play opportunity we now see for the Cardiff Devils. Teplitsky, big momentum change in the last couple of minutes in this game. Steelers 3-2 up, now 4-3 down, and killing penalty. Here's Ashley Tate to Tate. He's already got 2 points tonight. Great work by Tate. He's got to show now. The Sheffield Steelers have got to stand up and show some leadership. No Brad Voth tonight. We wondered how it would affect the Cardiff Devils. They were looking for a leader. They found one in Max Brabir. By God, have they ever found one in Max Brabir. And now the Sheffield Steelers are looking for a man to do something similar for them. This puck just won't sit down.
It just won't clear the zone for the Steelers. They had 2 or 3 whacks at it. They couldn't clear it.
Back to Garrow. Reshot. It just hit Lehman. He never knew anything about it. Dejanay tries to clear around. Munn has to go and help him out. 3 Devils players sag low. Patrico wants it. Deschatelet had it. Taken off him by Munn. Back to Garrow. Teplitsky's waiting on this side of the ice for it. Garrow, will it go to Teplitsky? Now it does. Intercept by the Sheffield Steelers, and they'll try and clear only as far as Garrow. Rims it round. Lehman stop. Patrico gets the puck. Helps it on its way. Long outlet pass as far as Garrow. 45 seconds on the power play. Deschatelet. Patience. Out low. Here's Garrow. Silverthorne. Here's Deschatelet for 5. No, it's not. The Sheffield Steelers clear with Dejanay. And Osir comes right out of his goal to collect. More puck possession for the Cardiff Devils, but it comes off the back of Shepherd. Shepherd calls too many men on the ice, but linesman and referee are having none of it. Teplitsky holds on to the puck well, and this penalty's counting down in its final 10 seconds. Outlet pass from Tota. Hill fires one in the belly button of Lehman. Whistle blows.
Dave, in the second period, you're far away from your bench, and Sheffield Steelers, Ashley Tate out there on that first section for the penalty kill, was out there for an awful long time, and he was quite aggressive on his penalty kill. And then when Cardiff had a chance to set things up in Sheffield's zone, you could see that the guys were looking really, really tired.
Well, if you're watching this at home, you're seeing a great product. It's the Elite League Ice Hockey. Many people want to change this product. What a mistake that would be, because this is hockey at its very best. And it's the Devils 4-3 up in a semi-final of a cup. And the Sheffield Steelers committing their body and doing everything they can to try and get back in this game. With Talbot, it's ebbed and it's flowed, and that's what the Elite League is all about in the vast majority of its games. And here's Mark Thomas. Jared Adams intercept, gets out to Phil Hill, can't control. Sarich, nice play to Shepherd, who couldn't quite control. Sample helps it on its way, just off the back of the goal, where Hill will take Sarich into the boards. Sheffield just hot potato on the puck in the defensive zone at the moment. Still killing, of course. Phil Hill comes into the corner. Sheffield this time do clear, and they clear it all the way out.
It's certainly been killing for more than 50.
Well, they have been. You know what? I think.
Yeah, they ran those
they've doubled up that minor penalty. Yeah. Deschatelet. Steps inside, big chance, hits the body of Lehman. Lehman grabs it at the second attempt as Patrico went in hard on him. That Silverthorne moves the puck pretty cool though, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
Quick hands.
He does. That's what the Cardiff Devils, they're all about, is quick movement with the puck. And there's that shot, Lehman making a save. Berbier's back out on the ice now.
To Plitsky. Patient on the puck as 40 seconds on the latest Finnerty penalty. But a nice bounce off the boards. Falls nicely to Jonathan Phillips, who tries to get Le Guy going. But Steelers can't have a second on the puck, and they still haven't had it. Le Guy just tried to hammer down, but it comes to Berbier. Every time you see this man, it's Berbier. My God, Dave Chatelain, Berbier again. You just go silence for him, don't you? Garrow intercepted Manzano, and he just chips off the top of the glass all the way down into the last 15 seconds of the power play. Garrow, heads up play, look at him, heads up. Nice play to Berbier, here is Berbier, backhand play, big bullet comes in just over the top by Silverthorne, and every time Max Berbier gets the puck, the whole building goes, oh, here we go. Sheffield back to full strength. Bill drives in, Chatelain. Berbier into a corner, Steelers have to go there first. That's the only way you can stop Berbier, you put two men on him. But that, of course, is going to leave somebody else free, somewhere else on the ice. Cornish picks up a pass from Munn. We haven't seen too much of Jeremy Cornish. And that's because we've seen so much special teams. So the power play and the penalty kill units are out on the ice, and the third units, therefore, don't get so much ice time. But the intensity is just fantastic, isn't it? Fantastic.
It's just incredible.
You have to credit these guys. They're giving absolutely everything. Jason Hewitt breaks away from Paul Sample. Hewitt's trying to get to the red line, and the Devils are trying to stop him, because that means then that Hewitt could have chipped in. Patrico comes back with the puck, and the big, strong Metis Patrico gets it back out to Sample. Sample's looking for Patrico. Now it falls to Hill, and the puck just bounced off his stick and then bounced off the stick of Hewitt and almost went into his own goal. Jeremy Cornish has got Warren Tate to his right. Cornish hits the red line and chips in. The Cardiff Devils fans down below as they get behind their team. The drums start banging, the Welsh pride for the Cardiff Devils against the Sheffield Steelers. This game's not half over yet. Second leg next week in Sheffield. You'll see that one as well on Sky Sports. Puck on the left-hand side. It's Cardiff who are pressing, and Sheffield who are just now trying to suck up everything the Devils can give them. Their chances, their offensive chances will come. They've just got to make sure that they limit their errors, they limit the chances that they give Cardiff. Cardiff are good enough to create enough of their own. They don't want any given to them.
Dave, Sheffield have got to stay out of the box. Start rotating their lines fast and utilize their speed.
Thomas gets it back to Manzano. Outlet pass to Tate, who tries to feed Le Guy. Le Guy can't get it deep. And this big unit for the Steelers will stay out. Excellent work by Tate. He's putting Toplitsky under a lot of pressure, but Toplitsky just walks inside Thomas, collected by Talbot. Talbot tries to look for the long outlet pass. A lot of high-risk strategy by the Sheffield Steelers, looking for the breakout. And Garrow does a pretty good job. Gets it back to Talbot. Talbot to Tate. Takes it behind the goal. Takes a hit. Tries to feed his point man, but intercepted by the Devils. Sheffield step up with Talbot, who chips it into the corner. Steelers take the opportunity for a change, and that means that the line with Shepherd, and in fact Hewitt comes out on the second unit, and maybe that's because Hewitt's got a lot of energy and he hasn't been out on the ice all that much, and of course he was in place. I just look over, of course, of Ryan Finnerty, who now rejoins the action.
Yeah, and now both teams, they can get their lines back to normal.
Just 2 minutes and 15 seconds. You can see there in the top left-hand corner of your TV screens, counting down. Left in the second of 3 periods. No overtime, of course, in the Challenge Cup semi-final first leg. If the joint scores are tied at the end of the second leg, then that second game will go into overtime and penalty shots if need be. Thomas, again, the puck just holds up on him, and Cornish can't chip out. Thomas, they're going to make strong, quick passes here, and they've got to be right on the stick. They're not good passes, then they're not going to be taken easily, and it's going to cause a turnover, and we saw that there with Cornish not being able to collect. Big Jeremy Cornish, we haven't seen much of the big fella tonight, and that's because we've seen so much special teams. He had hair when he came into the building. It's just been one of those frantic games. Mark Thomas gets to a loose puck, and the Devils doing a good job of just keeping the puck in the offensive zone of theirs at the moment. Adams stands Phillips up. Phillips got to the puck first, but Adams only had eyes for Jonathan Phillips's chest, and he went right through the middle of it. Sarich again looking for that stretch pass, and if Adams touches the puck first, icing won't be called. Sheffield have got to have a period of time with puck possession in the offensive zone. They try the lob over the top of Auxerre. Deschâtelet into a corner. Legui didn't get there first. Here's Talbot, a bit of a chance, takes a shot, rebound, off the post, second bite of the cherry to Legui, and he couldn't control on it. Steelers hit the post as we hit the final minute mark. And that's when I would talk about patience. If Sheffield can just limit their errors and just look after their defensive zone, their offensive opportunities will come, just like they did there. And they rattled one off the post in the dying minute of this second period. But Cardiff are just giving away nothing at the moment, Nick. They're just coming again.
And the great thing is that we did see how dominant Cardiff were for the first 15 minutes of the period, and we're still in a one-goal game.
Legui with a great burst of speed, backhand into the glove of Auxerre. End-to-end chances. But what a great chance for the Sheffield Steelers earlier on.
It was, and that's their speed. You can see the shot there. Auxerre with a good toe save, and that's all he could do. He couldn't really control a rebound from there. He had to stretch so hard, and the puck coming out to the slot there and rattling off the post. Dave Metcalf will be kicking that one.
Well, he saw his team dominate on Sunday and only score 1 goal. His team have got, what, 3 tonight? But they haven't looked as good second period as they did first. Nice chance, nice play. Finnerty on a hold up there. No penalty called. Phillips taken down. Sample collects. Centering pass. Finds Garrow, hits the blue line. Bobbling puck. Gets deflected off Dejanay, who doesn't know where it is. Patrico gets to the loose puck first as the whistle blows at the end of the second period. The second period we came into with the Steelers leading 3-2, but 2 goals by the Cardiff Devils, and it's the Cardiff Devils that lead this one by 4 goals to 3. Wow, what an exciting time. What an exciting game. Lots more to come in the third period, so don't go away. Make that coffee and get back on your couch pretty quick. We'll be back after this break. We're back in Cardiff for the third period. There's the goalies, Auxerre and Lehman. Lehman outshot in the first, Auxerre outshot in the second. Just 6 shots on the Cardiff goal in it. I've just been speaking to the Sheffield Steelers coach in between periods, David Matsos. He says we made a couple of silly errors, mental breakdowns, and they cost us in that middle period. He says we've just got to go out now and be disciplined and win a period of hockey. I wonder what Jared Adams said to his team. We'll probably find out in the way that they play in this final period. Sheffield jumped to a great start in the first period. The Devils jumped back at the Steelers in the second period and got ahead of them for the first time. The only time they've been ahead in this game was when Francis scored for 4-3. Sorry, Brabir scored for 4-3. Puck down deep, and Brabir, who's just big and strong, and he's dictating the pace of this Cardiff Devils team. Big shot comes in. Lehman didn't have it, got it at the top of the glove, and it just bounced over the net. Early pressure by the Cardiff Devils. Puck out in front. Sheffield clear, but they don't clear fully, and it's only through the persistence of Phillips down the right-hand side that they managed to get the puck over the red line, but they couldn't get it in deep. And Cardiff at the moment just look a little calmer on the puck as they chip in behind the goal of Lehman. And the Shepard-Phillips penalty line goes for a change. Here's Sarich with speed. Overhandles the puck, though, and the Cardiff Devils can break down the left-hand side. Legui first into the corner. Hammers out, only past Sample, not as far as Sample's line mate. Phil Hill has it now. Patrico it was who kept the puck in. Hacking and chopping down low. Legui and Sarich trying to press. It's going to be Phil Hill and Ashley Tate. They come back to Sarich, who loses it in his skates, and Sample is persistent and hurries and harries, but Tate gets a chance to chip out and does, past Jared Adams. icing waved off, and Talbot will get to a loose puck first. No, he doesn't. It's Stone. Talbot got a lot of awful support there, had he? And it's Patrico who hits the red, hits the blue, steps inside, throws the puck at net, and Lehman just takes it in his chest. Whistle blows. Focused man, isn't he, Jared Adams? And he has those eyes, doesn't he, that can stare right through you at times. His team are leading. They're also joint top of the BMI Baby Elite League at the moment, and they want a place in that Challenge Cup final. Third units out for both teams. That's Francis, Toe and Simmons for the Devils against Cornish, Tate and Hewitt for the Sheffield Steelers. Manzano, Spanish passport holding Canadian, sets it up for Warren Tate, the younger brother of Ashley, as Thomas chips off the board through the neutral zone, down as far as Adams. Adams fakes the pass, then steps inside, then makes the pass. I just feel at the moment that Cardiff are a little more comfortable on the puck early in the third period. And they're jumping on any loose pucks. And the puck is just bouncing a bit off the Sheffield Steelers stick to Plisky. Deschâtelet steps inside Brabia, and you see that the Cardiff Devils got a change, and their third line, bit of afters with these sticks there, and the Sheffield Steelers third line got caught out as the Deschâtelet-Brabia line was out there. Both teams now match up. Garrow throws a loose puck out to the back door. Brilliant stop by Jody Lehman. Second bite of the cherry for Silverthorne. Great stop.
You know, absolutely great save. But again, you know, no matter how dominant the Cardiff Devils are looking right now, look at these guys passing the puck around, heads up, pass into the slot, the one-timer, Lehman forced to make a great save. No matter how great Cardiff are looking right now, there's still only one goal in this game, and that's why you can see they're so serious about trying to get a couple bit more.
This is the first leg of the semi-final of the Challenge Cup. Mike Garrow throws one at the net, hits his teammate right in the chest. Deschâtelet, great pad save, Lehman. Lehman's made two big saves early doors, third period. Sheffield are trying to walk the puck out of the defensive zone, though. And then, when they get desperate, they just throw it out and they give away possession. And when you give away possession, ever guess what happens? This. Cardiff hit the red line, chip it in. They went for a change on that occasion. See the long outlet pass again, this time from Munn to Phillips. Wasn't on the tape. Trinity's offside, that's why the linesman hands up. Silverthorne, red line, chips it in. That's all the Cardiff Devils have to do. Randy Dagenet can't put the pass onto the tape of Ashley Tate's stick. Munn, he's the most experienced player, so Sheffield will look to him for some leadership. He's given it them all year so far. Can he do it again? Nice play by the Steelers on the boards this time with Le Guy. Tate tries to find Talbot. Talbot just tries to walk in, but he's out-muscled a little bit by Stone it is. Then Tate comes in. Adams has him and chips round. Can he clear the puck as Savage comes in hard? Wow, you heard that. And Le Guy, who skates well, gets the puck back to Thomas. Thomas down the right-hand side. Sheffield force the puck into the corner, and Sheffield with Le Guy force. Can they get some puck possession? With Savage, gets a redirect from Joey Talbot. Joe Talbot then waits for Le Guy, feeds it out front, nobody's waiting for it.
Dave, the Cardiff Devils here, they're the team under pressure. They've got to score more goals and go into Sheffield with a 2 or 3 goal advantage on the bigger ice pad up there.
Sheffield Steelers are battling in the corner, but excellent work by Toe. He's actually Sheffield born. Played in the Sheffield Scimitars team last year in the EPL, the league just below the Elite League in British ice hockey. Jeremy Cornish, he must be fresh because little ice time tonight for the third unit for the Sheffield Steelers as a unit. Tate's been killing penalties, Hewitt's had some power play time, but certainly Cornish has been limited in his ice time. There's very rarely have these two teams played long sessions of 5-on-5.
With no whistles like this.
Yes, no whistles.
And that's going to suit Sheffield. They're going to want to get this game over with. They're going to be happy 1 goal down going into Sheffield, knowing that they can skate a lot more. They've got a lot more ice to use up there.
Ian Manzano, we've just gone 5 minutes gone in this third period. Just over 14 to go. Jared Adams. Long pass, hits the stick of Silverthorne, chipped into the corner. Silverthorne gets there first. Manzano goes hard in on him. Has to be careful not to go in too hard. Last thing the Steelers want to do is give away daft penalties, especially with Cardiff's power play as hot as it is, to Plitsky on a one-timer. Deschatelet goes to get it first and helps it on its way. Brabia, who has been outstanding tonight. Sheffield thought they'd got the puck with Tate. They can't clear. And it's still Cardiff possession. Deschatelet, Brabia's waiting for it one way. Silverthorne comes in for some assistance, and they move the puck well. They get the rotation going. They cycle so well. Here's Silverthorne, steps in, got a great chance here. Lehman again through the poke check and then just dived in front of that puck. I thought Silverthorne had worked an opportunity then, Nick.
I'll tell you what, this guy just collects the puck, goes, no one touches him, no one even gets a stick on him. And he goes around Lehman. He can't get the puck up over him as he's got to reach, and he can't get his blade underneath the puck for the lift. But the Sheffield Steelers are really lax on their defensive duties.
Weak stick checks on one hand, Nick, but then again, players perhaps a little bit frightened of taking the body because Nigel Boniface has called everything tonight, and the Steelers know they don't want to be taking penalties in this third period.
Well, no matter what there, Dave, you've got to take the body. You can't let Silverthorne walk from the corner untouched in front of the net.
Jared Adams is out muscled by Jonathan Phillips. Phillips walks in forehand, backhand, just glove side of Osair. Sample. Good opportunity for the Steelers. And that's their first opportunity for a while. Jared Adams. I wonder if he'll be happy with a one-goal advantage for his team. I think he'll feel there's another goal in it for Cardiff.
I don't think he'll be happy at all, Dave. I think he's going to, especially as they've dominated so much of this game and had so many great scoring opportunities, he'll be upset with this one-goal lead.
Sheffield led 2-0, then led 3-2, but the Devils hit back middle period.
Not upset, but at least wanting a couple more.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Stone chips out, goes over the glove of Savage. 2-on-1 here. Thomas has got a big job, and he does it pretty well. In fact, he doesn't. He does it very well. And clears to Doug Shepard. Shepard, outlet pass. But those are the little passes out of the defensive zone that aren't finding the Steelers players breaking through the neutral zone right now. And that means the puck's coming back to them just so quickly. Let's see what happens here with Sarich. Sarich just fires that right into the body of Phillips. Big shot comes in, loose puck, and grabbed by Phil Osair. Cardiff Devils forwards as well doing a great job making sure that their defensemen aren't put under pressure. Only 4 Cardiff Devils defensemen tonight. Garrow, Toplitsky, Stone and Adams. Sheffield are rotating 5 with Thomas as their 5th D. Here's Ashley Tate, steps inside, drop past Legui. Legui with a hammer, rebound comes out. Back to Legui on a one-timer from Manzano. Fires it right into the body of Jason Stone. Legui picks up, Steelers pressure, Ashley Tate. Ashley Tate does good work, tries to get the cycle going. Talbot hadn't really read it and had to come back. Talbot does get it back for Legui. Legui back to the point, finds Mark Thomas. Mark Thomas through traffic on a directed puck at Phil Osair. Put back in the neutral zone. Pressure for the Sheffield Steelers. Cardiff's defensemen, though, have got time on the puck with Garrow. Garrow chips out to Deschatelet through the neutral zone, and it's Brabia versus Thomas. And Silverthorne bursts for the net, but Thomas had forced Brabia wide. Brabia does a great move on Thomas. Now feeds the puck out in front. It bounces off Lehman, only as far as Toplitsky. Hammers around the boards. Brabia couldn't quite get there first. Manzano pushes him out the way. Here is the impressive Brabia. Mark Thomas goes forehand, backhand, chips out, and then the Steelers do chip out. Here comes Legui with speed, hits the red line, and chips it in. 10:25 on the clock here. First leg of the Challenge Cup semi-final. Who's going to take that advantage into the second leg? It's the Devils with the 1-goal advantage now. Remember last week, Nottingham had a 1-goal advantage over Newcastle. Second leg of that game being played later tonight, Friday. Jason Hewitt. Dejanay, weak on the puck, has to come out, doesn't come out, and that's put the Sheffield Steelers in trouble. And the Sheffield Steelers can't afford to leave the puck in there, and here come the Devils again. They're all over the Sheffield Steelers right now, and they're looking for that 2-goal advantage. They're looking for that break, but Sheffield through Tate clear. David Matsos won't be happy with Randy Dejanay on that play.
I think we got a penalty coming up on the
Well,
play.
it's a delay in the game penalty. Jared Adams just cleared the puck out of the defensive zone over the plexiglass. If you do that in your own half of the ice,
Yeah, we were just
Your own
talking
defensive
about
half.
banging out of the zone. You got to bang it out off the glass so it doesn't clear inside the blue line and go out for a delay of the game.
so Sheffield Steelers with power play time. Their power play early doors was impressive. And they've got to now try and force their way back into this one with Le Guy. They come with speed, a little bit more jump. Shepherd, take goes to the net. Long pass looking for Shepherd, pass comes shot. Now patience from the Sheffield Steelers as Talbot finds Tate on a one-timer for Sarich right into the body of the Cardiff Devil, but Silverthorne gives it away. Ashley Tate already had a 800. He's now looking for his 801st point, and the puck rebounds all the way around. And Sheffield get fortunate there. Rebounds off the linesman's skates. Keys on power play. Has to be a chance here, and a goal for Doug Shepherd. The Sheffield Steelers have tied it at 4. Still 8.5 minutes left. Well, you can call Arnold Slick in Turtle Creek and tell him the Sheffield Steelers are back in this one. It's tied at 4, Nick.
It is, and the Sheffield Steelers, like you say, lucky that as Cardiff cleared the zone, it took a bounce off of the linesman and actually cut across into the neutral zone. Sheffield not having to go far back and coming back, but good play, driving out wide and finding the guy in front of the net, driving to the net. And
innocent play, wasn't it?
He holds on to the puck for a little bit, lets O'Sare go down, and he buries it up high. And we got a 4-4 game. And Dave, that's what we were saying. Cardiff have had so much opportunity to bury this, and Sheffield just sticking in it. And now it's 4-4.
It's a funny old game, isn't it, Nick? A funny old game. You know what? I go back to Sunday when I stood next to the Sheffield Steelers bench and watched them just dominate the Manchester Phoenix for about 55 minutes, hammer them. In one of the most one-sided games I'd seen all year, and Sheffield came out losing 2-1. We saw Cardiff here hammer the whole Stingrays and lose the game. And Cardiff, in the last 25 minutes, have had the better of the Sheffield Steelers, and the Steelers have just stuck in there. Lehman's made 2 or 3 big saves, and then they've taken their one advantage, their one chance that
comes. They've had the better because you could see almost that desperation to try and get that 2-goal advantage. And
Talbot clears to Le Guy, back to Joe Talbot. Teplitsky will follow him. Talbot tries to get the cycle going, only as far as Ashley Tate. Quick feet. Adams follows him. Eyes in the middle of the chest. Teplitsky, chance out for Le Guy, but Le Guy tried to find the trailer who was Talbot. Now Sample tries to find Phil Hill. Lehman comes out. Batters it out of the air. Tate has to take it into his defensive zone. Collected Sarich. Sarich back out to Tate. Whistle blows. It was Jeff Le Guy who was just offside.
Jason Stone, right there, you can see at the top of the screen, he's blocked 3 or 4 shots today. He's in pain right now, but you know what? What a battler. He's been outstanding for Cardiff because he's been one of those guys that battles shift for shift, steady defenseman, makes his plays, makes his hits, and gets in front of the puck and blocks it for O'Sare.
One of the longest serving players in the league. He's been playing forever. He's older than God's dog, and just an outstanding, one of the unsung heroes in the whole of the Elite League, Jason Stone. Jonathan Phillips, a former teammate of Stone from his time in Cardiff, hammers the puck in. Brabia is taken off the play by Doug Shepherd. Great work from Shepherd. Phillips, watch Phillips hammer into the corner. Never say die, Jonathan Phillips. Fakes the shot, tries to walk inside, loses control. Shepherd will try and find Finnerty. Finnerty has it, takes the puck low. Phillips comes in, loses out, only as far as Manzano. The puck was not out of the Manzano with quick hands there on the blue line. And O'Sare just got a tip that took it over the plexiglass, and Sheffield Steelers pressure in the dying minutes of this game. So will Cardiff press? Will that mean that they win, or will that mean that they give a loose puck up and Sheffield jump on it in the same way as we've seen so many teams do this year on Sky Sports? Jason Hewitt. Again, due to the amount of penalties and power plays and penalty kills tonight, Jason Hewitt hasn't seen a huge amount of ice time. Jeremy Cornish protects the puck well, chips it in. Now you see Tate go and hurry into the corner. Now it's Hewitt's turn to hurry, but the puck comes out and Munn bangs it back in again. The Steelers come out of their offensive zone, and now they go back chasing. Garrow, who skates well and just manages to seem to skate away from trouble. Matt Toe does a pretty good job, but Munn helps it on its way as far as Warren Tate. Munn straight in there and hacks across the board, and now it's Jason Hewitt who chips. Jared Adams is across to cover, and Jason Hewitt has still got it, but Adams with a loose stick, and just a battle of the sticks at the moment. Hewitt and Tate and Adams run across each other. Sample gets it out to Patrico. Patrico's looking for Sample. No penalty called as Sample and Desjardins were caught together. Now it's down the left-hand side with Le Guy. Le Guy with a hammer. Rebound comes out, and unfortunately for the Steelers, Ashley Tate, who was following up, just couldn't take control of that puck with a bullet from Jeff Le Guy. Where's your money, Nick? Where's your money?
Le Guy with such a great play there, taking that pass up off his skate and up to his stick and getting the shot away. Great talent.
Helmet on the ice of one of the Cardiff Devils players. That player has to automatically skate straight to his bench. Can't rejoin the play in any way, shape or form. OK, folks, final 5 minutes. It's going to be an icing call here as Garrow collects. No, waved off. Waved off. It's Toplitsky, bangs one off the boards in neutralised territory. Collects it Patrico, back out to Deschanelais. Deschanelais, nice little pass, only as far as Hill, who's taken into the corner. Deschanelais comes out on his backhand side, centres the puck across the crease. Ashley Tate gets there, hammers on his forehand, round the plexiglass, chipped by Le Guy. And whistle blows. No, it doesn't again.
No.
Talk us through this one, Nick.
I'll just let you lean over and get your water there, Dave.
Thanks a lot, mate.
No problem, man. Let it breathe.
Toplitsky chips out. Desjardins loses out to Deschanelais. Deschanelais on a drop pass to Brabia with a hammer, and it ricocheted off the stick of Randy Desjardins. And every time you see that 25 Brabia, you think to yourself, oh dear me. Shepherd chases Stone down. Brabia picks the puck up, just loses out though, and now is Shepherd. Shepherd will come 2-on-2. Oh, and Finnerty just couldn't pick up on that loose puck. Here's Silverthorne. Can Silverthorne create something for the Devils? Seems a lot of space for Jonathan Phillips. Headmans the puck, top of the circle, puts the brakes on, looks for some options. Desjardins wants it instead. Phillips centred a pass to Finnerty. Finnerty's got Shepherd just behind him. Shepherd will go and join the action. Here is Shepherd on the puck. Child, get it back. Here's Shepherd again. Oh, what a nice move. Shepherd takes the shot just wide. Stone took one of Finnerty down, and Stone and Finnerty are pushing and shoving. Finnerty had grabbed Stone's stick. Stone gave him a little jab. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Now it's the Cardiff Devils' turn. Silverthorne finds Brabia, puts the brakes on. Is he going to dictate the end of the game like he dictated the middle, Max Brabia? Deschanelais take it into the corners, but he's big and strong and he rides it so well. Sheffield clear with Munn, who's even big and strong as well. Munn hits the red line, gives it to Talbot. Talbot still got it. Talbot takes the shot, and O'Sea's dropped it. And all of a sudden, 3 Sheffield Steelers players are in the crease. Munn and Adams, 2 gritty, nasty, competitive kind of players. They battle it out, giving nothing. There's Max Brabia, Nick, and I think he was our man of the match, and perhaps by a country mile.
Country mile.
He scored, he's hit, he's made plays, and he's had a cracking night for the Cardiff Devils. Talbot chips in. O'Sea will go and get it. And here come the Cardiff Devils down the right-hand side. Sheffield intercept with Talbot, and the puck just bangs into the bench.
Max Brabia, our player of the match. Like you say, the guy's hit, he's scored, and he's just a guy who's playing with a lot of confidence. He's just got an aura, like he knows everything that's going around him, and the puck just moves a little bit slower for him. It's good.
When the Cardiff Devils needed a leader, he stepped up to the plate and he dictated the tempo of this game. He got the first goal for the Devils, which got him back in it. And then once the Devils went 3-2 behind, he got the third goal for the Devils that got him back in it as well. Final 2 minutes. Are we going to get a hero? Are we going to get a winner? Is it going to be Le Guy? O'Sea gets his stick to it, but he can't get it out of the defensive zone. Nottingham scored late against the Newcastle Vipers last week to take a 1-goal advantage into the second leg. Will the Cardiff Devils or the Sheffield Steelers do a similar thing here tonight in Cardiff? It's been a fun night, a great night in Cardiff. And if you live in this area, you should come down and watch the Cardiff Devils more often. Here's Silverthorne. Is he going to win it for the Welsh team? Steps inside Sarich. It's still Silverthorne. Takes a shot just wide. Stick side of Jody Lehman. Now come the Sheffield Steelers. Long outlet pass. It's with Jeff LeGuy. Takes a shot from an acute angle and gets a whistle. And I don't think anybody in the building expected that shot from that angle at that time. 74 seconds, folks. Any hot objects, put them down for a minute.
Or bring them here so we can sit near them.
Yes. Soak our feet in them. Shepherd wins a battle on the boards against Brabia. Wins another battle on the boards against Zapliski. Shepherd, chance out in front, and it couldn't fall on the stick of Finnerty. In fact, Finnerty tried to kick it in. Great, desperate defensive play by the Cardiff Devils. They still can't get the puck out into the final 50 seconds. Sarich helps it on its way. The gritty Finnerty out in front, second bite. Phillips into the body of O'Sea. And is the net off its mooring, or did a player go through the crease? I think the net's just off its mooring.
Yeah, the net got nudged off its mooring there. O'Sea with a good save, but the Sheffield Steelers just buzzing and buzzing.
David Matsos's team has certainly turned it up in these last few minutes, and that goal has just given them that jump. And the coaches put out the players. Could they make a difference? And it's the Cardiff Devils that will come now. It was never always going to be Sheffield, then it was Cardiff, and it's just been ebb and flow all night. Final 35 seconds with Tolbert back to LeGuy. LeGuy has got Ashley Tate down the left-hand side. It's perhaps a bit too much for Tate. Is icing going to be called as Garrow touches it? It is. And the whistle means the puck will come all the way back down in front of Jody Lehman's goal. 26 seconds left.
It is, and Sheffield won't be happy with that pass coming from Talbot to Tate. And that's when, you know, you really got to hit the tape, Dave, because it's now gone down for an icing call. 26 seconds to go, and it's to the blocker side of Jody Lehman, and Cardiff could end up with a great scoring opportunity from
It's
that.
never over in this sport, is it, Nick? Dave Chatelain with a face-off win. Big shot comes in, he got a redirect, and Lehman just changed position in mid-air and got his glove down to that. Looked an innocent enough save. That's one of the saves of the night by Jody Lehman.
It absolutely is. And puck coming back, Cardiff with a shot. Lehman making the save and just popping right on the rebound right away. And, you know, he's sliding one way. The momentum's going out to the energy that it takes to stop that momentum and pop back the opposite way and jump on the puck. Great save by Lehman.
Not the most orthodox goal in the league, but Lehman finds a way. Can he find a way for another 22 seconds? Sheffield need a face-off win and puck possession. They're going to get possession and now will clear. Shepherd just tips down. It's with Jonathan Phillips. Phillips hammers one off the boards, and now the Sheffield Steelers, actually the Cardiff Devils don't clear too much. They'll only clear it back. Final 5 seconds. This game's as good as over, folks. And the puck is just rimmed into the middle, and the Sheffield Steelers come back with a third period goal to tie this game at 4-4. Nottingham have a one-goal advantage over Newcastle after their first leg, but it's tied between the Sheffield Steelers and the Cardiff Devils at the end of 3 periods. We're in nice Sheffield next week, but there'll be a lot more to talk about when we come back after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to the BMI Baby Elite Ice Hockey League Challenge Cup semi-final first leg between the Cardiff Devils and the Sheffield Steelers. It was a 4-goal thriller down in Cardiff. Well, folks, in both of our semi-final first legs, we've seen a total of 17 goals. Dave, it's been goal fest.
It's been fabulous, hasn't it? Really exciting end-to-end. Moline got that winner last week, but tonight Shepherd came back with that late game-tying goal, and I think it's what the Steelers deserve.
And no team has a clear run at it.
Not at all. In fact, you couldn't name the 2 finalists of this Challenge Cup, so it's going to go down to the wire. It's what the fans want to see. It's what we want to see. Yep. And, of course, next week in Ice Sheffield, we will see that.
Sheffield Steelers coming into Cardiff here. They wanted to come out quick, and they did in the first period.
Did they ever? What a great opening start for the Sheffield Steelers. David Matsas must have been delighted. Look at the hard work from Phillips and then Finnerty doing what he does best. Goes to the net, picks up on a loose puck. You'll see again.
Basic hockey that we talked about, eh?
You said it
follow
right.
The net, follow your play and get the rebounds.
And Ryan Finnerty hadn't scored for a while. You can see the excitement. And Sheffield, here's Ashley Tate. Patience, patience. Yeah, patience. Joey Talbot, bang, right through O'Sea. And you said O'Sea didn't have a great start, and I think you're right, but Sheffield just threw everything at him early doors, and that's, you know, that had him off guard a little bit.
But then Cardiff, they came back again on another power play and get one back.
Cometh the man, cometh the moment. It is Max Brebeer, and you know, Brebeer's just outstanding. What a calm goal there, and he can just do those clever things. And he hasn't got a lot of space here on Jody Lehman when he picks it up. Many people would have just shot the puck, but he had calmness, and he goes forehand. Watch this, forehand, backhand, bang, goal. And they're back in it, the Cardiff Devils. You'll see this again. Look, very acute angle just to slide that puck home, and Brebeer did it. And it was the start of the Max Brebeer show then, because he really was on top form. He goes from scorer to provider. Watch this, Paul Sample, bullet. He'll never score a one-timer like that in his life again. Great goal. But then the Sheffield Steelers came right back in it, you know, and they weren't out of it. And here's the moment. Ashley Tate's going to pick up the 800th point of his career. Le Guy with a shot. Rebound comes out. There he is, Ashley Tate.
And yet another power play goal. Were you expecting to see so many power play opportunities and special teams opportunities for these teams?
Well, you know, when you have a game with such intensity, you're going to have those opportunities. But the Sheffield Steelers haven't been hot on the power play recently. Yep. So for them to score power play goals was certainly an added bonus and an advantage for Matsos, yeah. And
Dave Matsos in the first intermission said, Dave, I just got to come out there and try and win a period here.
Well, that's what he said to me when the last period was about to start. We've got to win a period. Second period, look at that, Brebeer again. But what a great play down low by Dave Chatelet. He came, watch this, nice pass. You commented on that play to Plitsky on Phillips.
Pinching in, yeah.
Pinching in on Phillips, but the Chatelet straight out to Brebeer, and Brebeer got his team back in it again, 3-3. He's not just scoring a lot of goals, he's scoring big goals.
This goes into the third period.
There's the 4-4 goal. Doug Shepherd, patience, patience, patience. The puck came to him late, and he just waited for O'Sare to go down, and then bang, put it top shelf. What a great goal.
And Jody Lehman, he made a great save at the end as well.
Oh, right at the end, I think we're in the last 30, 40 seconds, and it was a redirected play. His body was going one way, and he just got his glove out the other way. Didn't look at a special save, but I'm telling you, that was one of the big saves of the night.
All right, Dave, earlier on, you caught up with both head coaches. Here's what they had to say.
Dave, is that a good result for the Sheffield Steelers?
Yeah, you know what, I'm pleased. You know, I thought the first period kind of swayed in our favor, and you know, I thought we were up for a really good game, and we gave up the second period. I would hand virtually the full 20 minutes to Cardiff, but you know, as far as results go, I mean, we're coming against a team tonight that has put a incredible run of games together, starting in October, and you know, they followed all the way through November on that same streak. So we knew we were in for, and you know, a team that's riding with confidence and you know, good leadership, good goaltending. Your back's against the wall, but you know, you come out of Cardiff, you know, at a 0-0 draw going into your home rink. You certainly got to be pleased with that.
Your team didn't give up either, did they? They went for the whole 60 minutes.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's the game of inches now. I mean, every team that you face is a good hockey club this year. The balance is superb, and you know, you just can't give up anything in any game. You got to be sharp for the full 60 minutes, and you got to empty the tank every shift. And if you don't, you're just going to get caught. And you know, Cardiff certainly has the work ethic and the skill to punish you if you do, you know, cut corners and give up like that. So, you know, I think it's going to be an exciting game next week, no doubt about it.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Jared, are you pleased with that performance, or would you have liked to have taken a lead into Sheffield next week?
Very happy with that performance. We're 2 imports short right now, and we're missing our captain. And we got Mike Garrow and Tyson Toplitsky probably playing about 40 minutes each a night. And we're on a little run here where we play 10 games in 21 days. And guys are a little bit fatigued. And I'm very proud of the way the guys played tonight.
You lost your captain, but by God, did you get leadership from Max Brebeer? What a game he had for you tonight.
Yeah, Maxie, he's the best one-on-one player that I've personally ever played with. And he's got the ability to change the game at any time when he gets the puck, and if he can put 60 minutes together, he is one of, if not the best players in the league.
And wow, what a semi-final second leg we've got to look forward to next week in Sheffield. It's all tied.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really good game. I think, you know, Dave Matsos is probably saying the same thing. You know, they're probably happy with the tie out of here, as are we, and that's why you play hockey, for the one-game playoffs, and unfortunately it's not in our rink, but it's going to be very enjoyable.
Okay, same time, same place. We'll see you next week.
See you there.
And folks, back to the league, and the game's coming up this weekend, Saturday. There you can see the fixtures. Cardiff are going to be playing in Basingstoke. That'll be a tight one. And then on Sunday, you can join Dave Sims in Sheffield for Sheffield and Belfast. I'm sure that'll be a great game. And the league leaders commentary with a game in Edinburgh. They could stretch things.
No, I don't think they can. I don't think they can at all. I think the Coventry Blaze will just walk all over the Edinburgh Capitals on Sunday. But it'll be a good night at the Sky Dome, I'm sure, as it will be at the arena when Belfast come in.
Okay, well, next coming your way from the league back to the Challenge Cup. And we'll be doing the Sheffield Steelers against the Cardiff Devils. Challenge Cup semi-final, second leg, 6 p.m. on Sky Sports Extra. And it's tied at 4, Dave. It's going to be a barn burner.
It's going to be great, isn't it? It's going to be great for us to go in there as well. It's going to be a 0-0 game, winner takes all, and I can't wait till next week. All
right, Dave. Well, thanks ever so much for joining us. And thank you for joining us here on Sky Sports for a 4-4 draw here in Cardiff. We'll see you next time.